Okay, good morning, guys and gals. We're up to our first hunt of the month. It's June 2025, and I'm going to do a quick hunt through two rolls of bank wrapped pennies. Somebody wraps them for the bank, I don't know. But they're unsearched. I just pulled a 18 San Francisco out of the last roll. Um, Nice looking coin. See, I'll show it to you. I got it right here. You can see that. Put it on there. Got it wrapped and ready to go. This one, really nice detail. I got it up on eBay. But yeah, these rolls, you just never know what you're going to get. That's kind of my point. So, um, totally unsearched. If it was, they would have grabbed that one and many others. So, without any more delays, I'll zoom in on the camera if anything comes up to look at up close. So, dudes, I got two buckets. I got one that goes back to the bank, and then I got another bucket for all copper. Alright, so started off with a 97. Let's check for that AM. Could be an error. I'm going to switch to my view, my microscope view, so I can see better. 94. And nothing here. Yeah, that's how errors happen. You know, you don't see any wide AMs, but doesn't mean it won't happen. It's a close AM for 2000. Back to the bank. 21. We're looking for that die break on the right above the date, running down to VDB. Not here. Back to the bank. 1982. You want to verify whether it's copper or zinc. Yeah, plated copper, plated zinc or copper. Just check the scale. That's 3 grams. It is copper in the copper pile. 93. This looks like a post-mint damage or environmental damage. There's different terms you can use. There's a little bit of a woody on this 12. Nothing crazy. Back to the back. 1980 Philly. No mint mark is Philadelphia. Goes in the copper pile. 2016. Pretty ratty looking. 63 Philly. Nothing going on. 2020. Yeah, I'll look at them upside down if you don't mind, but instead of wasting my time flipping them around, I'll do my best to get them upright. 79. Nothing there. 22. Nothing there. 15. Very ratty looking. Mix these up a little bit. Oh man. I'm gonna go random. 92. We want to look for the close AM here. This one is the wide. If you look at the A, it states the space between the T and the A. If they're both the same, this is in fact the wide AM, as well as the FG initials are close to the building. A close AM, the FG would be closer to the building. I mean, it'd be further from the building. I'm sorry. I always get that one confused. But yeah, this is definitely a wide AM for 92. That's not the one we're looking for. We're looking for the close AM. So back to the bank. 23. We're looking for that extra V. This one's a little ratty. Got a little rim indentation, nothing special. It's not common, but it happens enough. 87. Nothing. We're going to check to see if that's weighs out for zinc. Yes, you never know. Anything in the 80s, they slip through a copper planchet, it can really make your day. Always check. It's easy to check. 99 with a close AM. Nothing here. 75. Nothing there. To the copper pile. 68 Denver. Ratty. But it's a 68 Denver. 77 Philly. A little issue at the top, but nothing crazy. Off the copper. And this one's PMD, post mint damage, 1880 something. Could be a 83. Let's check the weight on it. It's a zinc penny. Back to the bank. 2012. Nothing. Opening up my camera here. 1984. Nothing going on here. Check the weight. 26 grams. It's zinc. The 84. Now this one you could tell it's zinc, because you see a lot of the silver coloring, the zinc coloring come through. It feels light. We're not going to check that one. 77. Copper. 24. That was a mess. 07. We've been picking up a lot of these with the die clash in them. Not so much this year, but let's check. You see that building working its way through this side. And nothing there. 17 Denver. Nothing there. 84. Nothing there. 75. I got hit by a Volkswagen. Off to the copper pile. 89. It's probably zinc. We can check it. Yep, it's zinc. 89. It's an interesting waves on the left. I think it's just discoloration. Even if it was something, look at the back, it's a mess. Back to the bank. 24. To the bank. 23. There's a very faint V right there. But we don't believe in unicorns, so back to the bank. Those extra V's really have to pop out. I found a few, some better than others. 76. 15. It's ratty. 77. Nothing special. 82. Running off the edge. See, that's a nice offset. Nicer. It's not completely off. Still hanging on. Looks like it's copper. Let's check it. And not one really worth putting up on eBay. Putting off to the copper pile. 20. It's a nice looking coin, but you know, sometimes you waste your time with it. I'll let somebody else find it and get excited by finding it. You know, it's not a great coin, but it's nice to look at. 21. Again, you want to look for that broken planchet on the right. 16. 2019 Philly. Nothing going on. 2018 Philly. Nothing going on. 21. No crack. Nothing going on. 71. Little bottle capping, but nothing going on. Copper. Another one run off the side. 81. Offset. Copper. No issues on the reverse. Up to the copper pile. 2018. Now you could probably put 10 of them together and, you know, auction them off, or, you know, sell them on eBay. You know, collection of 10 off centers. I mean, I could see that being an item you could sell. But, you know, after a while, you get overwhelmed. 91 damage. Almost looks like a encapsulated or retained cut along the building. It's more or less blistering. Is it something, you know, I can't say either way. It could be the blistering going on, but that's a hard call. What I do with these kind of coins, I put them in the copper pile because I spike that with, you know, coins that may have value, modern coins that are not copper. You let them decide. It could be a, you know, encapsulated cut or retained cut, but also could be blistering. So I don't know. I'm gonna send that one back to the bank. It's hard to decide. I don't want to get somebody upset. Say, oh, what is this garbage are you sending me? 93. Check for that AM. That's where it should be. 67. These this vintage coin very common to see the "In God We Trust" get printed up onto the rim. That's not a mint era. It's very common, this vintage. Off to the copper. 22. It's a nice toning. Back to the bank. 23. Back to the bank. Another 23. No extra V. Might have been some die clash, but I can't say for sure. Back to the bank. 89. This is that blistering I was telling you about. What that is, it's the zinc below getting a little angry, bubbling out past the copper cladding, and it ends up getting pox, little chicken pox, blistering. Some of these are pretty neat to look at, but for the most part, it's really not. It's not a mint era, but I guess you could call it a planchet. The mix was bad, or it could be environmental, so you don't know for sure. But we'll put that one back to the bank. I think penny. I got a really gnarly looking 61 Denver. I'll put that in the copper. 76 to the copper. Move it around a little bit. 82 Philly. This one looks like it's copper, but let's check the scale. This says 3.1 grams. It's copper. 16. 64 Denver. Copper. 809. Life of Lincoln. Don't see anything on the front. These are pretty collectible for some reason. This one you want to look for that extra finger. I mean, if you get one that's clearly stamped on without being a machine doubling, that's what you really want. This one's just a typical 09 Philly. I put it in the copper pile because a lot of folks do collect them. Just put them aside. I'll put it aside for them. It's just an extra bonus thing. 83. You want to check these. This looks like it's probably zinc with that coloration coming through the building on that post, but always check them. That's the one you want. That's copper, but that one's not. 01 Denver. There. 94. Nothing there. 15. It's ratty. Nothing there. 22. Nothing there. 88. Yeah. 2020. Sometimes these bankroll hunts could be boring, but every now and then you get a nice coin. Makes it worth it. That's the whole reason behind the hunt. Finally get one. And I've hit Indian head pennies in these rolls. Like I said, before I hit that 18 San Francisco. That was a really nice looking coin. And others. I've got quite a few. Wheat pennies. 24. Let's see what's going on with this coin, but I don't see anything. 95. $91. $91. 23. Denver. No extra V. 24. 24 is they've been finding the cracked planchet on the top left, behind Lincoln's head, below the in God we trust, on the 24s. Close AM on this one. Yeah, it's a clean looking coin though. But let's tone. Back to the back. 2020. 2016. 2024. Getting down to the wire. 23 Denver. No extra V on that. 04. Nothing going on here. Yep. 81 parking lot. This one got chewed up nicely. It is copper. Into the copper pile. 21. Nothing. 81. Looks like a little oil or glue. Send it over to the copper pile. 19. Going on there. 17. Now you always gotta check these shield cents. I know they can get pretty boring, but you just look at it good. You take 1, 2, look at it. You never know. 89, some rim damage, worn die. To the back. 78, Philly. Copper. 06. Get that T again. That's a little machine doubling, but nothing serious. 94. No issues. 01. Let's see. Nothing going on. 23. So it might be a spike hit. No. Looking at it too hard. 21. Yeah. A few more left. 98. That's close to AM where it should be. And 70 Denver. to check for doubling on these early 70s, 72 especially. Get a lot of doubling. Not a lot of doubling, but enough. It's a copper coin. Off the copper. 98. And close AM. Oh, good. And last one. 06. Nothing special. Alright, well that's it for today's, maybe I'll do another hunt, but with June 1st, 2025. If you enjoy my videos, give me a thumbs up, hit the like button. Stuff I put aside. I don't know. This one's got a lot of grease to it, but I'll let it go. And just look what I put aside here. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a crack. That could be a little clash on this 87. We'll put it back. I gotta look at it a little better than that. 91. I put coins aside just to check them out later. Sometimes you're like, why did I put that aside? I'm going back to the bank. And, might as well show the buyer beware. Here we go. I was like, I'm on eBay. I said, oh, maybe someone made a mistake, listing a really nice offset 55 double die. I was like, alright, I'll buy it. And, well, these are fake. You can clearly see. Not even a good attempt. And, they try to get a hard strike on the lettering, but everything else is just totally washed out. Even the wheats. And if you see these listed, they sell it for like 10, 12 bucks. Run in the other direction. It's a joke. It's not worth. I mean, it even actually weighs out to 3.1 grams. I checked that. But it's a lot thinner. I don't know if they fill it up with lead or I have no idea. But it's totally fake. Alright, on that, yeah, if you like the video, subscribe, give me a thumbs up or comment below, and we'll be posting one shortly. I'll do another one today. Alright, you take care.